Hi guys, welcome back. Today, we're diving deep into the love, danger, and intrigue that are unfolding this Valentine's Day in Port Charles. Some residents are basking in the glow of romance, while others are walking a fine line between passion and peril. Secrets will be revealed, relationships will be tested, and for some, this could be the night that changes everything. Buckle up, this is going to be one unforgettable Valentine's Day. Jason's next move, will justice or vengeance win? While many in Port Charles are caught up in Valentine's Day celebrations, Jason Morgan is facing a dilemma of a much more serious nature. His long-standing feud with Cyrus Renaud has reached a boiling point, and there may be no turning back. Jason has never been one to sit idly by when danger lurks, and his recent public threat against Cyrus at Charlie's Pub has only confirmed what many already suspected: he's ready to take action. But will he be able to carry out his plan? Anna Devane has already stepped in once, arresting Jason before he could take matters into his own hands. She knows exactly what he's capable of, and more importantly, she understands that if Jason gets involved, the situation will spiral into something far worse. But can she really stop him? Meanwhile, Alexis has made her own attempt to talk Jason down. She understands his need for justice, but she also knows that if he crosses this line, there will be no coming back. Her words were heartfelt, sincere, but were they enough to reach Jason? Or is he too deep in his vendetta to listen? One thing is certain, Jason has never been one to hesitate when protecting those he cares about. And with Cyrus growing more powerful by the day, Jason's patience may have finally run out. The question remains, will he act on his rage, or will Anna and Alexis be able to keep him from making a decision that could change his life forever? Maxie plays matchmaker, will love blossom or backfire? While some are caught in a storm of revenge, others are fully embracing the spirit of love this Valentine's Day. Maxie Jones is one of them. With her own relationship with Spinelli stronger than ever, she's shifting her focus to those who need a little extra help in the romance department. Maxie thrives on excitement and projects, and this Valentine's Day, she's taken on the role of matchmaker. But who is her latest target? None other than Cody Bell, the man who just can't seem to catch a break. Life has thrown him some tough curveballs lately, and Maxie believes it's time for him to get a win in the love department. But matchmaking is never as easy as it seems. Cody is notoriously closed off, hesitant to trust, and reluctant to open himself up to love. Can Maxie work her magic and help him find happiness? Or will her plans completely backfire? And if they do, will Cody forgive her interference? Or will this well-intentioned scheme push him further away from finding real happiness? One thing's for sure, Maxie isn't one to give up. And if there's a love connection waiting to happen, she'll do everything in her power to make it a reality. Chase and Brooke Lynn, a relationship built on secrets? For Chase and Brooke Lynn, this Valentine's Day is bittersweet. On the surface, their relationship seems strong, but underneath, there are cracks forming, cracks caused by secrets too big to ignore. Chase recently learned he's unable to father a child, a revelation that has shaken him to his core. But what he doesn't know is that Brooke Lynn is keeping a secret of her own, a secret that could destroy everything they've built. Years ago, Brooke Lynn made the heart-wrenching decision to give up a child, a secret she has carried alone ever since. But what makes this revelation even more explosive is the fact that the father of that child is none other than Chase's partner, Dante. As Chase plans a romantic evening, hoping to strengthen their bond, Brooke Lynn is barely holding herself together. Every moment she spends with him is a reminder that her truth is just waiting to be exposed. And when it finally comes to light, will their love be strong enough to survive? Or will this be the moment that tears them apart for good? One thing is certain, secrets never stay buried for long in Port Charles. And for Chase and Brooke Lynn, the countdown to the truth has already begun. Kai and Trina, a love story in the making? Love is complicated, and no one understands that better than Kai and Trina. For Kai, the past few months have been a whirlwind, recovering from his injuries, trying to piece his life back together, and figuring out what the future holds. Trina, on the other hand, has spent the last year grieving the loss of her late boyfriend, struggling to move on while still carrying his memory. Fate seems to keep bringing them together, and with each interaction, their connection grows stronger. But is it the right time for them to take things to the next level? Valentine's Day presents the perfect opportunity for change. When Kai and Trina find themselves together on this special night, they must confront their feelings head-on. Will they embrace the possibility of something new, or will the weight of their pasts hold them back? Their story is one of healing, of second chances, and of love finding a way even in the most unexpected circumstances. And tonight, they may finally get the fresh start they both deserve. Carly and Brennan, a love story with a dark twist. When it comes to romance, Carly Corinthos has seen it all: passionate love, bitter betrayal, and heartbreak that cuts deep. But nothing could prepare her for what's coming next. Her relationship with Brennan has been slowly but surely evolving, with the two growing closer by the day. Brennan has been a source of comfort, excitement, and even mystery. A man who seems to understand her in ways that others don't. And this Valentine's Day, he has something special planned. But Carly doesn't know the truth. She doesn't know that the man she's falling for has been keeping a dangerous secret, one that could put her entire world in jeopardy. What she does know is that Jack, Brennan's close associate, is a WSB agent, and she understands that a man like that comes with a few secrets of his own. But she has no idea that one of those secrets involves her daughter being in direct danger. Cyrus Renault is closing in, and Carly is blissfully unaware. But that won't last for long. The real question isn't just how romantic Brennan's surprise will be, it's how loud Carly's reaction will be when she finally learns the truth. On a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think she'll react when she finds out her daughter is about to face off against one of the most dangerous men in Port Charles? Valentine's Day is supposed to be about love, but for Carly, it may end up being the night that changes everything. Love, betrayal, danger, and secrets, this Valentine's Day in Port Charles has it all. Some couples are inching closer together, while others are being torn apart. And for those caught in the middle of dangerous power struggles, romance is the last thing on their minds. So, what do you think? Will Jason go rogue? Can Chase and Brooke Lynn survive the truth? Will Carly's world come crashing down? And most importantly, who will have the happiest ending this Valentine's Day? Next, we're diving into a major surprise that has shaken up the world of General Hospital, a temporary recast of Lucky Spencer. Fans have been eagerly awaiting the return of this beloved character, and while we'll see a familiar face soon, it won't be quite what we expected. Let's break it all down: what's happening, who's stepping in, and what this means for the future of Lucky Spencer in Port Charles. Buckle up, because there's a lot to unpack. A temporary goodbye, but not for long. Change is never easy in the world of soap operas, especially when it comes to a character as iconic as Lucky Spencer. Since his debut as the son of Luke and Laura, Lucky has been a cornerstone of General Hospital, capturing the hearts of viewers with his complex storylines and deep connections. So, when news broke that Jonathan Jackson would be stepping away from the role, even temporarily, it sent shockwaves through the fan base. But here's the good news: this isn't a permanent departure. According to Soap Opera Digest, Jackson's absence from GH will be short-lived. General Hospital insiders confirmed that the actor, now 42, had to step away for a brief period due to scheduling conflicts but is already back on set filming new episodes at Prospect Studios. That means we won't have to wait long before the Lucky we know and love returns to our screens. In the meantime, though, someone else will be filling in, and it's a name that may ring a bell for longtime fans of the show. Who's stepping in? Meet Guy Wilson, Lucky's temporary recast. When it comes to replacing a legendary character, the stakes are high. GH producers needed someone who could step into the role of Lucky Spencer and bring the same depth and charisma that fans expect. Enter Guy Wilson, an actor best known for his role on Days of Our Lives, who will be stepping into Lucky's shoes for a handful of episodes, according to insiders. But this isn't Wilson's first trip to Port Charles. In a surprising twist, this isn't even the first time he's been connected to Lucky's family. Back in March of 2006, Wilson appeared on GH as a teenage Luke Spencer in a fantasy sequence where Luke and Tracy imagined what their lives would have been like if they had met as young teens. Now, nearly 2 decades later, he's returning, but this time as Luke's son. It's a full-circle moment that longtime viewers will appreciate, and while it may take a little time to adjust to a different face in the role, Wilson's past experience with the show makes him an intriguing choice for this short-term recast. What this means for Lucky's storyline. Lucky Spencer's return to General Hospital isn't just a nostalgia trip, it's a major development that will have ripple effects throughout Port Charles. His relationships, particularly with Elizabeth Weber, are at a pivotal point, and his presence in town could lead to big changes for both of them. According to GH spoilers and rumors, Lucky and Elizabeth are headed towards something significant. Their history is rich and complicated, filled with love, heartbreak, and unresolved emotions. With Lucky back in town, could this be the moment they finally find their way back to each other? Of course, nothing in General Hospital is ever that simple. Elizabeth has built a life without Lucky, and rekindling their relationship would mean facing a lot of old wounds. Will his return be a happy reunion, or will it stir up even more trouble? And let's not forget the other key players in Lucky's life. His family connections run deep, and his return could also mean new twists for Nicholas, Lulu, wherever she may be, and even Tracy Quartermaine. How will his presence shake things up in the already chaotic world of Port Charles? A warm welcome for Guy Wilson. While it's always jarring to see a different actor step into a familiar role, it's important to remember that Guy Wilson is stepping in during a critical time for Lucky's storyline. Taking on a temporary role in a long-running soap is no easy feat, and GH fans owe him a warm welcome for helping keep the story alive while Jonathan Jackson takes his brief leave. Actors stepping into iconic roles, even temporarily, often face resistance from loyal fans, but let's remember that this is a short-term solution. Before we know it, Jackson will be back, and Lucky's story will continue as planned. Until then, let's show some appreciation for Wilson, who is stepping up to keep the drama moving forward. Final thoughts, what's next for Lucky Spencer? So, what can we expect in the coming weeks? With Lucky's return, we're in for some major drama, emotional reunions, and possibly a few unexpected twists. Whether it's his relationship with Elizabeth, his ties to the Spencer family legacy, or new conflicts brewing under the surface, Lucky's presence is sure to shake things up in ways we haven't even imagined yet. While the temporary recast may take some getting used to, the most important thing is that Lucky is back in the General Hospital universe. And with Jonathan Jackson already filming again, we know that his return is just around the corner. What do you think about Guy Wilson stepping in as Lucky? Are you excited for Lucky's storyline to take off? Next. We're diving into the latest twists and turns happening in Port Charles this Valentine's Day. While love is in the air for some, others are dealing with unresolved emotions, secrets, and shocking decisions that could change everything. Let's break it all down: who's finding romance, who's facing heartbreak, and what unexpected surprises are in store. Jocelyn's hidden agenda, a night alone or something more? While many in Port Charles are gearing up for romantic Valentine's Day plans, Jocelyn Jacks has something entirely different on her mind. Alone in her apartment, she stares at an address given to her by Brennan's associate. Something about it doesn't sit right with her. She quickly pulls out her phone and looks it up on a map, her curiosity growing. Whatever this address leads to, it's important enough for her to keep it hidden from even her closest friends. Trina Robinson soon arrives with a bag full of groceries, full of excitement and a plan in mind. For once, let's cook together, she suggests. Joss raises an eyebrow. This is out of the ordinary. Usually, they order takeout, not attempt to be chefs. Trina's enthusiasm feels forced, and Joss knows there's more to it. Sure enough, her suspicions are confirmed when Trina gets a text from Kai, asking if she's free tonight. Joss smirks. So that's what this cooking thing is about. You didn't want me to be alone on Valentine's Day. Trina admits it, she's worried about Joss. It's her first Valentine's Day since Dex left, and she's still grieving Spencer's death. But Joss shakes her head. It's time for me to move on, she declares. More importantly, she knows Trina has feelings for Kai, and she won't let her miss out on a great night just to keep her company. Finally giving in, Trina texts Kai back, and he invites her to the most exclusive club in town. Somehow, he's scored impossible to get reservations. Meet me at the Savoy. Dress to impress, he texts. Trina hesitates for a moment, torn between her friend and the excitement of a date, but Joss assures her she'll be fine alone. As soon as Trina leaves, Jocelyn's demeanor shifts. She pulls out a small box, inside, Dex's gun. Whatever she's planning tonight, it's not just about staying in and studying. Trina's Valentine's night out, a new beginning? While Jocelyn keeps her own secrets, Trina prepares for an entirely different kind of night. Dressed to impress, she arrives at the Savoy, a little nervous but excited for her evening with Kai. There's something thrilling about the idea of stepping into a new chapter of her life, of finally allowing herself to move forward from the grief that has weighed on her for so long. But one lingering thought gnaws at her: does Kai know who owns the Savoy? Curtis Ashford is her father, and she's not sure if Kai realizes the connection. If he does, is that why he picked this spot? And if he doesn't, how will he react when he finds out? Pushing her worries aside, Trina takes a deep breath and steps inside, unaware that this night may hold more surprises than she expected. Carly and Sunny, a tense reunion and an unexpected confession. While their daughter faces her own dilemmas, Carly Corinthos and Sunny Corinthos have a difficult conversation of their own. Sunny shows up at Carly's place, but she can tell something is on his mind. She's just getting ready to bake Valentine's Day cookies with Donna, yet the tension in the air tells her that Sunny's visit isn't just a casual drop-in. Sunny wastes no time. He lets Carly know that he and Ava Jerome have finally reached an agreement on Avery's custody. After months of legal battles and emotional turmoil, they've decided to split custody 50-50. Carly nods, but she isn't convinced this is the real reason he's here. You were fighting for sole custody just days ago. What changed? Sunny hesitates before admitting the truth: the fire changed everything. According to Diane Miller, their chances of winning the case drastically dropped, and deep down, Sunny knows Avery misses her mother. But is that the only reason he gave up the fight? Carly doesn't think so. Instead of pressing him further, she changes the subject, shifting the focus to Jason Morgan. Carly's recent argument with Drew Kane left her shaken, especially when he accused Jason of being the father of Sasha Gilmore's baby. It's a wild accusation, and Carly hasn't had the chance to talk to Jason about it yet. Sonny, always the strategist, urges caution. Maybe you should wait for Jason to come to us, he suggests. But Carly is restless. If the rumor is true, she wants to be there for Jason. If it's false, she wants to help him navigate whatever fallout comes next. Sonny, however, raises a valid point. If Sasha is keeping quiet, there's a reason. Jason has powerful enemies, and after everything Sasha has already lost, Liam, Brando, does she really want to put herself in the line of fire again? Carly considers his words carefully before agreeing to wait. But patience has never been her strong suit. Secrets, decisions, and a Valentine's Day like no other. Valentine's Day in Port Charles is far from a simple celebration of love. Instead, it's a night filled with unresolved emotions, secrets waiting to be exposed, and choices that could change lives forever. Jocelyn may have convinced Trina to enjoy her night with Kai, but what is she really planning now that she's alone? And why does she still have Dex's gun? Trina, stepping into a new chapter of her life, is finally allowing herself a chance at happiness. But will her night out with Kai go smoothly, or will her family connections complicate things in ways she never expected? And then there's Carly and Sonny, still entwined in each other's lives, still trying to navigate their complicated past. Sonny may have chosen to settle the custody battle, but is he really at peace with his decision? And as Carly waits for Jason's response, will she regret not pushing for answers sooner? One thing is certain, by the time the night is over, nothing in Port Charles will be the same. Next, we're diving into the latest drama unraveling in Port Charles. From high-stakes political moves to legal battles, betrayals, and unexpected alliances, the city is a boiling pot of tension. As secrets are revealed and motives questioned, the fate of several key players hangs in the balance. Let's get into it. Anna's dilemma: justice or vigilante justice? Port Charles has always been a place where the law and the streets collide, and nowhere is this more evident than in the current standoff between Jason Morgan and Cyrus Renaud. Mac Scorpio, ever the straight shooter, storms into Anna Devane's office, demanding an explanation. Why is Jason being held in an interrogation room when he never even touched Cyrus? The case against Jason is weak, and Mac knows it. The real crime, he argues, was committed by Cyrus himself when he laid hands on Jason's son, a minor. Yet, despite the flimsy charges, Anna remains firm. She's not keeping Jason locked up because he broke the law, she's keeping him here to prevent him from doing what everyone knows he's capable of: killing Cyrus Renaud. Mac hesitates. He won't openly condone murder, but even he admits that Jason eliminating Cyrus would keep a lot of people safe. Anna, however, refuses to let it go that far. She believes in justice, in due process, in taking Cyrus down the right way. And as frustrating as it is, she's convinced they're close to proving that Cyrus is the mastermind behind the recent string of murders. But will the law be enough? Or will Jason take matters into his own hands once he's free? Willow's battle, between loyalty and strategy. Meanwhile, at the hospital, Willow Tate is caught in a moral and legal crossfire. As she finishes up a shift, Felicia Scorpio thanks her for handling a particularly difficult patient. It's a simple moment of recognition, but soon, the weight of Willow's personal battles overshadow any professional praise. Enter Martin Gray, looking uncharacteristically worried. He pulls Willow aside, delivering unsettling news. His private investigator is out of commission due to an unexpected accident, leaving them without any new leverage against Michael Corinthos. Willow doesn't hide her hesitation. She's never been comfortable digging up dirt on Michael, and she doesn't hate him. Whatever their issues, she still believes they can come to an agreement for the sake of their children. But Martin warns her that divorce isn't about kindness, it's about positioning. If she doesn't find a way to protect herself, she could lose more than she realizes. Their conversation is cut short when Willow receives a call. Her car has been impounded. The news shocks her. How did this happen? Is it simply a mistake, or is something more sinister at play? The Esplanade gamble, Drew's power play. At City Hall, Laura Collins has assembled a meeting to discuss a project that could change the landscape of Port Charles forever. She has invited Curtis Ashford to the discussion, knowing that his perspective as both a businessman and someone deeply connected to the city could prove invaluable. Drew Kane's proposal is bold. To say the least, he wants to seize Sonny Corinthos Piers under eminent domain and relocate the Esplanade project there. It's a move that could send shockwaves through both the political and criminal underworlds of Port Charles. Curtis, though skeptical of Drew's intentions, understands the economic implications immediately. Relocating will drive up transportation costs, he points out. And you know Diane Miller will sue on Sonny's behalf. The legal fees alone could cripple the city. Laura listens, nodding as Curtis speaks. She's already questioning Drew's judgment, especially given the man he wants as a business partner, Jens Sidwell, the same man who nearly killed her son. The mere thought of working with him makes her stomach turn. Curtis, visibly surprised, asks if she has spoken to Jordan Ashford about this. Laura confirms that she has and that Jordan will be attending the meeting. Curtis drops another bombshell. He recently saw Jordan with Jens. And from what he could tell, she seemed to be buying into whatever Jens was selling. When Jordan arrives, she makes a firm point: Sonny's coffee business is legal, and forcing him to move would cost countless jobs. On top of that, Sonny would sue, leading to even greater financial fallout for the city. Drew stands his ground. If I wasn't the one proposing this, would you even question it? He challenges. He leaves them to think on it, and as Laura, Curtis, and Jordan exchange uneasy glances, they are left to wonder, is Drew's plan an act of ambition, or something much more personal? Power struggles, legal battles, and high-stakes decisions. Port Charles is at a crossroads. Jason Morgan remains in custody, a pawn in Anna's desperate attempt to keep him from taking the law into his own hands. But how long can she hold him before he finds a way to finish what he started? Willow is forced to choose between her moral compass and legal survival as her divorce from Michael looms. Martin's warning rings in her ears. Will she fight, or will she trust that Michael won't use their past against her? And just what is behind the sudden impounding of her car? Meanwhile, Drew Kane's ambitious plans could alter the city's landscape forever, but with powerful figures like Sonny Corinthos and Diane Miller standing in the way, is he setting himself up for failure, or worse, a war he can't win? As tensions rise and decisions hang in the balance, one thing is certain: by the time the dust settles, Port Charles will never be the same.